Hello. You have to tell me if the music is too loud. I think it might be. Or if my mic is too quiet. Because the setup is a little haphazard today. Hello, Montango. Also, if I zoom off that way, it's because let me move this a little closer. It's because the monitor is over on the counter and I can't see everything. Maybe I can make it bigger so I can see it myself. The answer is only slightly. All right, so if you can't hear me, you have to let me know. I think I'm going to turn up my mic a little bit because I am going to move away from it. Also, fair warning, things like chat rewards might not work, and hello, Brian. Yeah, the setup. I've got my hands. I've got my table. I know that sort of part of it. Where is it? This part is sort of blocked, but there's nothing here. Just ingredients and other things. Nothing too exciting to look at, anyways. All right. Yes, great. You can hear me. I can't hear you. I don't have headphones in. Of all the things, my computer doesn't have Bluetooth, which I didn't realize. And my normal corded headphones seem like a really bad idea. You know, when I'm like waving around a knife, using a meat grinder, that sort of thing. Okay. So it's very hot in here already, so I'm just going to get started. So I'm making sausage today. I really want a particular type of white sausage for Oktoberfest, and I've always entertained the idea of getting it, making my own sausage anyways. So I'm just gonna get started with that. It seems like a lot of fun. Let's see, what else? Yeah, if you went on Discord, you can see my setup. There's precariously perched cords and wires over there. Wires I have to avoid when I walk around this way. And I'm at a kitchen island. I'm kind of enclosed right now. A lot of stuff that I need has to stay as cold as possible, so I have to leave frame every once in a while to go get something that's either in the freezer or the refrigerator. Or a bowl, which I forgot right away. So first things first, sausage. I gotta get my casing. So this is going to be a veal-based sausage, and I'm using hog casing. So it's the lining from the small intestine. It looks pretty gross. These are packed in salt. Actually, here I'll pull one out. I'm gonna grab out probably two. I hope that's enough. When I did a test, this is only my second time making sausage, by the way. And when I made my first run a couple weeks ago, I pulled out way too many. They're on this little ring, but it doesn't really help. There we go. Oh, this is actually a really big one. So I feel like this might be enough. Here, let me put it under the other. I'm going to keep calling it the scope, but it's the other camera. So this is open on both ends. It's a length of about, I don't actually know lengths. What is that, 3 feet? 2.5? I don't know. So this has to soak in water and get washed. That's probably going to be enough. In fact, I'm positive that's going to be enough. But I'd rather let another one soak just in case something goes wrong. So I'll grab another one out. The smell is not great at all. Sausage are top tier food. Absolutely. 100%. I actually hope David Gregory pops on. I believe he's German. And I feel like he might appreciate my Vice Verst. But yeah, um, you know, I feel like the grossest part are these. So these are intestines, basically. I feel like the grossest part are these. Actually, the smell is not as bad as it was the first time. I think I'm already kind of used to it. But essentially, if I can move this over, and I hope you can still hear me from this far away, especially when I look down. So there's this end right here, and I'm going to open this up. I'm going to have to move off camera because I'm going to open this up. Yeah, right here, and flow a little bit of water through the casing. So this is actually pretty strong, pretty stiff right there. I'm going to flow water through it to get all the excess salt off. I don't know if you can see at the bottom of this Tupperware, there's a bunch of salt that is not dissolved even in this amount of water. So these are packed in salt for safety and preservation reasons. Since it is homemade sausage, that's also why I'm wearing gloves, just to try and reduce the amount of cross-contamination. It's not perfect, but it's good enough. All right. So these sausage casings are going to go back into the refrigerator, and I'm going to quickly go off screen and wash these out a little bit more. I want them to be soaking the entire time I'm working on everything else. That will increase their pliability so they won't burst, and it will make them easier to work with when I put them on the sausage stuffer. Miss Frizzle, have you done any sausage making? I mean, I just know that you have worked, you know, with livestock in a scientific context. I mean, like, I don't eat Drosophila melanogaster, so I don't know why you would, you know, just working with something means you would have, like, learned how to prepare food products made from them. But I'm just curious. All right, I'm going to head off screen. So I don't know if you can hear me or hear me over the water, but I'm just opening up one end of the sausage casing and just under the faucet, letting a little bit of water flow through. All right. Oh, David, right on time. I was just wondering whether or not you were going to be here. I am making a tape of Weisswurst today, and I thought you might appreciate that. Not in time for true Oktoberfest. Maybe Oktoberfest is end of September, but almost in time. In time for me to celebrate Oktoberfest. All right, so I have a treat though. I kept a little bit of water in this casing so you can kind of see how it balloons up. So this is how you clean out the casing. You just add a little bit of water to one end and raise it up, and the water will travel through the casing to the other end. Uh-oh, unless it's completely knotted, which is not good. There we go. Okay. So these should be good. Now I just gotta get some beer. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna I'm gonna do that afterwards. Although I have to then go pick some up from an airport. So I'm gonna put these aside. So these just need to be soaking for about an hour. Also, the first time I made these, although it worked out and it looked pretty good, I didn't really want to eat any immediately after making them. So I think I'm going to have to, making them today, get them ready, and then I'll probably have one tomorrow with a beer. Okay. Take off my gloves. So now need to start getting some things. So the first time I did this, so the recipe is veal, about 44% veal, about 20% pork back fat, which is mostly the fat that's, I think, trimmed off of bacon. There's not really any meat on there. 30% milk, and then some filler. And then it's salt, pepper, mace, nutmeg, onion, and phosphates, which are important for emulsifying the meat. So that was a commercial product that I had to buy. Okay, I need another measurer. So, what do I need? Okay, I think I need to use a blender, blah, blah, blah. So I believe I add the salt at the end. So I will start that now. The first time I made this, it was far too salty because the back fat that I found was not fresh. It was packed in salt and it kept a lot of the salt. So rather than 17 grams, we're going to go probably 10. No, 12. It wasn't so bad. 5 grams of salt. I think that'll be a little more. 13. Remember that. Or I guess I don't need to remember that because I am filming this. And I already have my phosphates mixed in. I believe I need to keep them. You know what? Gotta go get my iPad. You like that you have the recipe, or that I have the recipe on the back of an envelope. Actually, the recipe is on a sheet of paper and on Reddit, because I had to ask some sausage makers who could speak German for help. My calculations, though, my conversions from from percentages to grams is what I had did on the envelope. And I haven't bothered writing it down quite yet. I'll get to that. All right. Reddit. So you got some very convenient instructions from somebody, a sausage maker in Switzerland / Germany, I think, which is where the recipe is from. Or maybe that's just where he's from. Come on. Of course, I can't log in. Gotta check on my phone. I know this is riveting watching me search things online. Let's see. Of course. Now I can log in. Still working. Great. Okay, okay. Da-da-da. Professional cutter. Okay, actually doesn't say. Great. So what I was just trying to figure out was when I'm supposed to add the salt and phosphates. I thought they were at the end or separately. I'm just going to do that. So they're going to be put together. Next up is 1 gram of pepper, 1 gram of mace, 1 gram of nutmeg, 5 grams of onion. This is for generally a, what is this? A kilogram of sausage. Suggestion, make your own beer while microscoping a yeast culture. So I have made my own beer. In fact, I have some cider brewing right now. And I have looked at yeast before. I can definitely pull those out again. They're really, really lively in terms of just they grow so fast. But then when we zoom in on them, they don't really do much. But we can definitely look at that. All right, 1 gram pepper. I think very fine pepper is probably the best. Also, and I hope this is going to be interesting because this is going to be the first and last time I ever do cooking on stream, unless I just buy a separate computer. It was not worth disconnecting everything. I took a picture of every single connection I had because I do not want to try and figure it out without any more information. Bringing it the entire length of the apartment downstairs in the kitchen of all places too. I've got monitor on the counter, wires going everywhere. No, this is the last time. Nutmeg, 1 gram nutmeg. But it'll be fun for this one time. So, okay, 1 gram nutmeg into the spices. So that's good. Let's see. 5 grams onion, right. All right. I have my chopped onions, and that's 5 grams. All right, that's nothing. That was pretty cool. 5 grams exactly. It's a lot of wasted onion, but I'll use it for something else. I guess I'll just... Well, this should probably be... This is going to be ground up as well. Okay. So, meat grinder time. I believe that's all I need with that. Let's see. Wait, let's double check. What I added to the recipe the first time was egg. It made it... Well, I don't know if it was the egg, but the last time I made this, it was very loose, kind of gross texture. I don't know if it's because it wasn't cold enough or because I added extra egg, thinking I needed extra binder, like you would use in a meatloaf. It just wasn't right. Okay. I'm going to grab the meat grinder, which has been freezing. Get these things right here. Put that there. All right. I think I'm good with this. Also, yeah, beer brewing is okay. I might stream for beer brewing. It's just like you know, the interesting part here today is going to be the grinding and the casing filling. I think the rest of it's just sort of mixing and stuff. Beer brewing is cool, but it's a lot of waiting and not really like just adding things to a pot that you can't see into. All right. You know what? Actually, one thing that has to happen is this has bread in it. Oh, I guess I do need that. That's what this was for. So I need to measure out some bread and actually get some milk in it too. It needs to be soaking, so I'm going to get that. Sorry about that if that was loud. I was dislodging some ice. All right. So I just needed to get some stuff out of the freezer. I'm freezing everything this time, except for the bread, I guess. So I need, according to my envelope recipe, 42 grams of bread, which is not all that much. 42, 40, 40, 40. Oh, wait, way too much. It's 41.2. That's close enough. I'll eat the bread later for a snack. Hope everyone's Saturday is going well. I'm already dying of the heat. The hurricane is over. My area didn't actually get hit all that hard by the hurricane. It was just a bad thunderstorm. Although the power did flicker a couple times. I think that's just because parts of the grid were being overtaxed. All right. Next up, 330 grams of milk. There we go. All right. Now, milk and soaking milk bread goes back in the refrigerator. And the refrigerator's this way. I'm also going to get the grinder. Okay, this is the meat grinder. It is very, very cold. So hopefully if I've set up everything, it should appear in this yellow space. Uh, cool. That's okay. Ooh. Right, I'm very taut with the power cord right now. The plan is, if I can, this camera is going to point towards that when it kind of comes time for that. I guess I could do that now because I'm done with this. Well, we'll see. All right, so this needs to grind a couple times, and I don't know if you. I'm going to mute the microphone, but if I forget, someone please like change the color of my light or something to tell me that I haven't, or just mute yourself. Not yourself. Mute the stream, because it might be a little loud. Okay, I need another bowl, and I need to start grinding the things. Okay. Okay. So that should hopefully. Oh, there's a bit of ice. That should work. Well, I wish I had something a little higher up. Plunger. So what I have in here are frozen cubes of veal. I put my gloves back on before I start touching meat. So, actually, before I do that, though, I'm probably going to mute it. We'll see how this goes. First time around, I did not use frozen meat, and the grinding was inconsistent and horrible. I also lost my plunger, so I had to use a spoon, like a large wooden spoon. That didn't work very well. That took forever, made a huge mess. We'll see. Okay. Yeah, okay. Why don't I put on my gloves? I'm gonna take them off. I'm gonna move the camera, try to point it at the nozzle. All right, that does not want to stay very well, but now I got this camera pointing at that camera. That should be a little bit better. I guess the white of the door will kind of show you what's going on. All right. So I will, I guess I'll turn up the music a little bit. Turn up the music, and I'm going to mute myself.
You are a function of this total galaxy. The real deep down you is the whole universe. And it's doing your living organism and all its behavior. It's expressing it as a singer sings a song.
Twitch guy too, hello. Yes, it is better not to see how the sausage is made. Although we did kind of I think we did the gross part already, which was fondling and washing the casings. So the gross part, I think, is done. All right, we got some good ground up, still mostly frozen veal. Oop. Except for the stuff that is dripping everywhere. Cool. I'm going to very quickly go grab the back fat. That's the next thing. I'm going to throw this back in the freezer, or the fridge, I think. No, the freezer. Get that other stuff ground. All right. Yeah, no, actually, so the interesting thing that I've already found out about sausage making is it's not that hard. It's this meat grind. It's more about the equipment. The meat grinder I found at a Goodwill about 5 years ago for $3. It's from the 1970s. It's made out of stainless steel, and it fits my modern KitchenAid mixer perfectly because it's from KitchenAid. It had everything like that it's supposed to have, except for the paddle or the little stuffer, which is new. And then the only thing I had to purchase to really, it's just mixing like basically meatloaf with a couple extra steps. Beyond that, I had to get the sausage stuffer, which is a tube that just attaches here. And the casing, yeah. Okay, I am going to mute myself again and then get through the back fat, which I will show to the camera. But it's strips of fat from like fatty bacon. So a bad thing has happened. Something got a little bit caught. A piece of back fat, which is interesting because it kind of melts, got caught somewhere in there. So the motor was really, really struggling. I hope the motor's okay. Yes, motor is okay, but I need to open up the grinder and see what's going on. It is stuck though. And I just put something that's basically like all pork grease through it, so it's very slimy. Come on. How old is the mixer? The mixer itself is only like 6 or 7 years old. It's a KitchenAid Professional 600. I got it on an amazing deal, so I just had to buy it. The grinder came later and by accident. Okay, why won't this open? I might have to go hands. I might also have to go around to the sink to do this. Yeah. Boomer Knight, welcome. Yes, and I am. I was just off screen because I'm having a hardware malfunction. Trying to grind some back fat, and it all got stopped up. I'm gonna mute myself again, reattach this. Well, I guess I could do that first. Actually, I can kind of use the part of the. Oh, okay, I got it. Okay, I gotta go back and deal with whatever is going on here, possibly. Let me take this apart. It's gonna be. It's a little stuck. You are vegan. Well, then I wouldn't recommend these sausages. Okay, it's just a little stopped up. I see. I might have been too overzealous with the amount of back fat that I used. I'm going to rinse all this stuff off really quick. No vegan sausages. At least not today. All right, take two. Gotta mute myself again. Ooh, yeah, tofu sausages. Or I'm really interested in like how like Beyond Meat would work for this because it's already, this like ground protein. Or I wonder if you could make like can you make like chickpea sausages or something like that? Like I love chickpeas and it's like super very proteiny. And to keep it vegan, not just well, it would have to be vegan, not vegetarian. You can get non-animal based sausage casings very easily. Um, I've never used them though. Okay, I'm muting myself. More problems. No, I didn't hear that. That's actually that's too bad. I enjoyed Beyond Meat. I don't think it tastes like beef, but I don't think it necessarily has to. Just like culinarily, the things I had used it for, it worked really good as a meat substitute. As someone who grew up eating meat, and you know, I feel like it's a good transitional product. But I did not hear that they weren't doing well, which is kind of sad. Yeah, it works for some recipes, but not everything. And it's not like healthy at all. You have to put so much oil in it to take the place of animal fats. But still, if you're looking for a meat alternative, I mean, rather than just like not eat something that tastes like meat, it's there. But I didn't hear that they weren't doing so well. That's interesting. I feel like, I mean, I guess I do remember them kind of popping up everywhere. Like 2 years ago, like at Burger King and all that, and them being more available at grocery stores. But I feel like the innovation hasn't really been there since then. I certainly hope they don't go bankrupt. Yeah, it's interesting since considering they're in some fast food restaurants. Yeah, I mean, I thought that was going to be like it. Like the adoption at fast food restaurants was like the going to be the dam breaking in terms of just like broad acceptance and eating of non-animal based meat. Um, but that didn't really happen, did it? All right, more problems I got to go deal with off camera, unfortunately. All right, so there's a problem in that these very stringy uh, pieces of back fat are getting clogged in it. I don't know if I added it too much. This didn't happen last time. You go meatless with Taco Bell? Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like, I don't know. I I still eat meat, obviously. I'm like, look what I'm doing. But I really want more options. And I feel like the majority of people in the United States would be totally fine not eating meat if they had the experience trying out the other options, because like the alternatives out there are amazing. Like now, I do need to mute myself again as I do something quick. All right, lesson learned. No strips. Strips leads to bad things in the grinder. I'm gonna go put it back together and try a little bit more. Do I always cook sausages on stream? No, absolutely not. I normally talk about science and science fiction and use a microscope. Today is the first and last time I'll be doing something cooking based. Um, yeah, so enjoy it. If you're enjoying it, I'm glad you found the stream, but unfortunately, this will be the last time I'm making sausages. Or anything. All right, take like 5 or whatever. Did not think the melty fat was going to be the problem. Oh, thank you for the follow. Ah, okay. Also, bye. Okay, okay. Also, is that too loud? I mean, if I'm not doing it like too high, I feel like that might not be too bad. I'm just gonna continue. Oh, it's nearly hum? Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, that whole process was not ideal, but I think it will be okay in the end. I do need to let this cool. I think it's got too hot. Unfortunately. Yeah, I think the grinder's still okay. I might as well throw it in the freezer quick. And I will put my gloves back on, but I've sort of had to abandon them for a moment. Everything is greasy. Not fun at all. I did come to a realization that I think I can cool everything down just by mixing the frozen veal together with the fat. I think that will sort of cool everything down to a nice workable temperature. Yes, that already is a bit better. And I think I will just grind this. So this has to go through a couple different grinding steps to really encourage it to get to a nice consistent consistency. All right. Once again, change my mind though. I think I will at the very least clean out the grinder. It's going to be full of just bits that I don't want. So back off screen I go. Sorry about that. I saw your question. Have I already seasoned the sausages? The answer is no. So they will be seasoned with pepper, mace, nutmeg, salt, and then onions that will get sort of mixed into everything as well. So the nutmeg flavor will kind of come through it all quite a bit, but these sausages should be fairly light in flavor by themselves. So that will probably come at some point. Not only do I have to put this away, and instead I have to get out my blender because this has to be a very smooth mixture that goes into the casings. I made these before like a week and a half ago as my first test batch. This is test batch number 2, so clearly all the kinks are still being worked out. They turned out pretty well last time. I think so. I had an option to add eggs, and I did. I think I need them as a binding agent, but they ended up being too loose. It was kind of a weird texture. I mean, they tasted right, but it was a weird texture. So that's why I'm really concerned with keeping everything frozen, is getting all the like the fat not melting out of it, basically. And I already know something weird is going to happen because I just pulled out a lot of back fat out of that grinder that did not go through. Got to think about that next time with what I'm going to do. And also, I think the egg might have been a little bit too much liquid. I may have also not filled the sausages well enough, like tightly enough. Well, yeah, no, they were good. Just trying again. Trying take number 2. What else can I say? Oh, they were also too salty. The back fat again. So those I couldn't get any fresh, and here they were stored packed in salt. So the back fat itself was super salty, something I wasn't expecting. So I added the recommended amount of salt. It was fine. It was just a little too salty. Can I melt the fat, mix it in, and put it in the fridge for a while? I don't know. Honestly, that's kind of what I'm going for right now. I'm really not sure, to be honest. So that's why I'm keeping that veal frozen. I think it will bind a little bit better. But I have to grind it at least once more through, and then potentially even more than that. Hold on. Okay, that sounded a little weird, a little concerned about that. But because this has to be like a really smooth mixture. I was gonna get out my blender, which I used last time, but maybe that won't be enough. Like maybe that won't be strong enough, or it might get clogged too easily, which I'm afraid of. And I might have to just back off, and it'll be a little bit of a different texture. I don't know. We're just going for it. We're just going for it, to be honest. And streaming for an hour. Okay, that's good. I feel like good pace. I feel like in an hour I will have sausages. Because there aren't actually that many steps. Oh, yeah. So I guess you missed it. But it was in a different view before. My spices. And then I also have onions. A whole 5 gram of onions. I can't. And then salt and phosphates, which are emulsifiers. So they help the meat bind together. I think after the next, let's see. Yeah. After the next grind is when I'll add in the salt and the everything else. Okay. So I think that's frozen for a little bit. I mean, it's cooler than it was before. I'm going to take it out. Okay. Good thought about the melting it and remelting it, though. I mean, or melting it and re-adding it, though. That's kind of what I thought, but I feel like that might do something. There's a bit of a, food science that I don't quite know how that it will affect it. Okay, so this is pretty thick, but at least it's pliable. So I will start, I guess I'll put this in this little bowl I have right here and catch it in the big bowl. So this is about a 50-50 mix of that back fat and the veal. Okay, that was pretty good. I'm going to go get the rest of the veal, add that. The veal that I've kept very, very cold. Sorry. All right, I lost a bunch just to being clumsy and dropping it. I don't want to reintegrate floor meat into my sausages, so I'm going to throw all that away. All right. So I think it's about time to add the spices. So I add that, and then the emulsifiers and salts. And I believe I will also add the soaked bread. I'm just gonna mix this a bunch quick. It's still very, very cold, which is good. It's also a pretty good texture, I think. It really has to be very, very smooth. So I'm probably going to put it through, get that milk and bread in here, mix it around a bunch, see where I'm at, and then decide either to, well, I'm probably going to put it through at least once more through the grinder, maybe put it through the blender or food processor. Oops, some more salt in there. Get all that out of the way. Yeah. Contributing to the heat in this room, I'm also cooking a pot of pozole on the stove right now. Probably wasn't the best idea to do everything all at once. Okay. So it looks nice and disgusting. Sorry, the table shakes when I mix it up a little too fast, but I might have to do that. All right, yeah. Probably once more through the grinder with this. Should be even easier now. Mostly to get the chunks of bread that aren't just dissolving into the mixture. It's getting goopier. It's getting stringier, so that is part of the action of the phosphates, I believe. It also is supposed to be this color. It's supposed to be a pale gray pink, and then it will cook to a white after that. Okay. If this gets too annoying, just let me know and I'll mute myself. I completely agree with your assessment. It is looking more gross, meaning we're almost to sausage. You're absolutely correct. All right, this is very, very goopy. That is perfect. Still not quite the texture I would hope. I am going to throw this in the freezer just quick. And so I think I'm done with the grinding. Done with the grind. The question is about that blender. So I think I am going to clean off some stuff, get the blender ready. Ever consider making pork flavored toothpaste? I feel like we're one step away. Yeah, honestly, I'm sure it doesn't even look. You're more right than you know. Like in person, it looks way more like toothpaste, but pink. than it does via the camera, I can see. And then where did I get this recipe? So the recipe itself I got from Reddit. It's a specific just type of sausage, not necessarily for Oktoberfest, but it's a sausage that I've had before, really liked. I was like, hey, I can make it because you can't get it in my area. So the recipe is really just proportions. Everything else, like the technique, is stuff that I had to kind of look up in various other places. So it's like it's part recipe, sure, but it's just, I mean, I think you saw, or maybe that was someone else. My recipe is just on a more or less on an envelope, but it's just proportions. Everything else is just kind of things I have had to piece together. All right, so I don't feel like I'm just completely off camera. I'm gonna go over there and wash some stuff off. Okay. So we're in the home stretch. Now it's sausage stuffing time. It's like the main event. I just gotta figure out how to show this. Don't need my recipe anymore. Will I fry up and taste them this stream? Actually, I should have already done this, and I can go do that now. So what you're supposed to do is, and it makes sense, you take some of the mix once you're all done with it, plop it down on a frying pan, fry it up really quick, and taste it. Right? You can't change the seasoning if it's already in the casing, so you just eat the insides. That's what I'll do right now. If I can figure out how to like show that, I guess I'll just be standing off camera, unless I change things. There we go. Yeah, so I'll try that now. Also, these are sausage stuffers. Am I on camera? Yeah. So these are what get added to the ends of the meat grinder. I'm going to use the medium-sized one. I will slip the casing on that, and that's how it will be stuffed. It's just with this tube. That's the only thing I had to buy. Sausage related. I'm also cooking or heating up a pot of water. So what that water will do is help me blanch the sausages afterwards. You can just have them be raw, but I feel like it's good to have them set in the sausage form. Hello, Rye. No, the burner is not heating evenly. That's the problems of renting. And David, you're still here. It looks pretty doable. You might buy some equipment in the future and make some of your own sausage. Yeah, it is really doable. I've obviously had a couple like touch and go moments, mostly with the grinder, and I don't know. I feel like it's practice, right? but you can put effectively ground meat in casing pretty easily. It's like the texture and all that. Okay, so I fried some up. A little bit too much, actually. It's a little loose, so it was very goopy when it came apart. It came apart a little bit, but hopefully when in the sausage casing, especially if I blanch it, it will kind of congeal more. So, it's still very salty. I put less salt in, but it's still pretty salty. I also got a big chunk of like gristle right here. I'm definitely gonna have to blend it. It was generally a good texture, but I'm gonna have to try and blend it. That is not gonna be fun, but I don't see another way around it because it needs to be a nice smooth consistency. So I'll flip the camera back over, kind of off where I sort of was before, run the blender over there in small batches because the blender's not going to be happy. The blender has been frozen now because I was anticipating this. Yeah, blender is not going to want to cooperate. It's going to make a lot of noise. I think I already said I'm also boiling water because after I pack the sausages, I'm going to blanch them to help them keep their shape because this is very loose. All right. So I think I'll do that, the blending now. Also rye. Sorry, I'm far away from my screen. Rye Cerrone. Rye Cerrone. Welcome. I usually stream about science and or science fiction and or whatever we feel like, but science related. This is only loosely science related because cooking is a science. Cooking is science, yes. $5 says a year from now this stream will be called Dr. N's 24/7 Sausage Stream. Also figuring out how to maneuver around with a full streaming setup as physics. Yeah, this is I don't normally stream in my kitchen. I've got my computer down there. I've got just a lamp stuck to the side over here to provide a little bit of extra light. Yeah, I've got this thing I've been waving around, this arm, which you can see. I've got my I wasn't sure what I was going to do for a mic, but I just brought my mic from upstairs with the little arm. We're doing something. It's fine. I mean, I only have accidentally stood up and really nailed my back on the corner of this only once. Every time I have to duck underneath kind of this area. Anyways, I'm going to go over there. I am going to mute myself this time because, Blender, especially an angry Blender, is definitely loud. All right, I'm going to do that. I'll turn off the music, though. All right. Sorry about that. Let's see. You're almost waiting for me to pull out beakers and calipers for measuring. I mean, you missed my fancy scale. A little. My scale right here with the wonderful little calibrator right here. But no beakers and, well, I do use calipers for when I'm doing 3D printing stuff, but no beakers. Color you jealous? You can get them on Amazon like everything else. So that was super successful. The consistency turned from a like goopy but still like you could tell there's like different sized pieces in it, like mess, into a completely smooth color of like strawberry ice cream slop, which is exactly what I want. I want it to be sloppy but consistent. That's what I need. That's what I wanted. So it's perfect. Okay, good. I was showing them, but I couldn't say anything, so I was hoping you would take the message. You use your beakers in the kitchen. I mean, I would too. I want more scientific glassware in the kitchen, especially that borosilicate glass that doesn't crack or whatever. It's just expensive. I don't have any. I think I technically do. I used to have a beaker that I used for making coffee. Is the KitchenAid attachment difficult to clean? No, actually, because it comes apart. I didn't show it. There's the outer shell, and then there's the auger on the inside, then a blade, then a plate, and then the screw cap. All those pieces come apart. It was just getting a little bit stuck with all the meat that was in there, but as soon as you kind of melt it away with warm water, it falls right apart. It's pink slime. Wasn't there outrage about that a couple of years ago? Yeah, that was for like when people found out how chicken nuggets were made. Which, I mean, chicken nuggets are just kind of like chicken sausage without a casing. That's like, this is how hot dogs are made. Any sausage that isn't like a crumbly or like thicker texture, like a breakfast sauce or well like an Italian sausage. That's a much coarser grind. This is a very very fine grind. So that's good. That's what I want. You have your tiny beaker to measure 50 mils of pomegranate juice. Apparently, that much daily helps the heart. I did not know that. I am always slow to parrot dieting science facts, only because diet, metabolism, and nutrition is tough. So if that works for you, fantastic. I love pomegranates, by the way. Although I'll eat just a whole pomegranate by itself. Also, I mean, you could be doing worse things. I bet that 50 mils of pomegranate juice is doing you a world more of a favor than anything else you could be eating. You love Italian sausage. I do too. Haven't gotten to Italian sausage yet. So far, I'm very, one sort of sausage at a time. Okay, so I think, you don't diet in your house, you change eating habits. I don't know if that's kind of a good mantra. I mean, I have done the same thing. Like, I just kind of, except that this is veal, we just kind of don't buy red meat anymore, which is good for, a couple reasons, but not because we're dieting. We were just like, you know what? Meh. We'll have it for special occasions, but we won't buy it anymore. Oh boy, there's an out of context. Well, I can actually check that clip. Please post it to Discord if you have any clips. I will check it out later. All right, I'm going to go set up. I got to get my grinder back. I'm going to put my sausage stuffer, which is the correct term for this. I have to go get my casings too. Yeah, Yes, my wonderful pork casings. Ooh, these would be great to look at under the microscope. I might save a little snipping because we're definitely not going to use both of these. I'll save some for tomorrow. We can kind of like stretch it out and look at under the microscope. I think it's mostly, I don't, probably just like collagen at this point, but there are sort of veiny structures you can tell and make out. Okay, so I'm going to put this here so you can look at it. It looks like tapeworms. I'm going to go set this up. Whoops, I tripped that time. Okay, I need my glove. I feel like I should take an. I'm gonna go get another glove. I only have one glove. Oh no, you're two people loving that clip. Uh-oh. What did I say? Oh. It is no less than 20 degrees cooler outside of this kitchen. I'm very excited to be done and leave. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no. Well, it's true. I feel like sausage making out of context is its own genre. Also, sorry that I keep looking at my screen. I'm used to looking at myself speak on stream. I don't like just looking at this like camera. Maybe I should put like a face or something on it next time so I can look at something. All right. Ooh, okay. So I am going to adjust the camera. So we're going to watch the sausage stuffer with that. Get this mic closer too. That's pretty good. So you're saying there will be a next time a verbal contract. You have to do it now. Well, nah. I mean, is this enjoyable? So, you know, for Rye, sorry, I forgot your name. For Rye, I do not normally do this. I am also on the last day of what I've been calling my streamathon, which is just to get extra days in so I can unlock those free emotes for everybody. They won't even be unlocked. It's just I'm like 2 weeks closer now. I signed it up with the topic. I am correct. Okay, well. Okay, so I have pig intestine. And what am I going to do with that pig intestine? I am going to find the end. Pro tip, I'm going to put a little bit of water in the end, and then I'm going to put it on the sausage stuffer. By putting a little bit of water in the end, it's easier. It's more lubricated to go on. It's more lubricated to go on the sausage stuffer. very careful not to break it either. I think I'm going to put this right here. So these casings have been soaking. This was the very first thing I did today. Although they're a little tough, I just do not want to break them. That's for sure. Make pasta next time. All right. Somebody buy or gift enough subs for me to purchase one of those extremely expensive KitchenAid pasta mixers, which you know has been on my wish list on Amazon for no fewer than 4 years. Then I will make a pasta. Then I will make pasta. Pasta. I already convinced myself to like get my whole genome sequenced. Like where I said I wasn't going to do it unless, I got in a certain number of subs or more after I got a certain number of subs, not like it was a real goal. And then like a week later, I just bought it for myself. So if you put the idea in my head, there's a very good chance that I'll just do it. Sorry, I feel like I should move my hand so you can see the action. My arm's tired. So I'm predicting I'm going to have like 5 sausages by the end of this. Because a kilogram of all this work, to be honest, for not much. I mean, it's worth kind of the fun, and I think, my setup is a little small, so like I can obviously make sausage with this, but if you look at the meat grinder, the reservoir at the top is not conducive for when you have like a whole, pound and a half or whatever of meat to grind through. Oh, gotta split. Okay. Well, that's why I made 2, just in case. I'm gonna move this aside. You've been wanting one of those pasta makers since you got yours like 7 years. Yeah, same. Is pasta worth making from scratch? You feel like we should focus on the sauce. I'm reading. You're chatting a lot, which is great, but I'm reading it. No, I'm not going to give the sex talk right now, but we can talk about it sometime if you want. I just got to reread Twitch's terms of service. Oh yeah. I'm just gonna tie it on. Okay, I'm gonna tie it off, but first we gotta get a little bit of the meat going. So I think I'm ready. Yeah. Okay. All right, I got my pink slime. Look at that. Looks great. I think homemade pasta, I don't know. There's definitely a texture component to it because I've had homemade pasta and I feel like the texture was the biggest difference. Okay. This is sort of the frustrating part. Whoa, sorry. Because without a second pair of hands here, I kind of have to do everything myself, which is fine. Gotta find that break though. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run it through just so the sausage meat comes through to push most of the air out. And then I will stop it, I will tie it off, and then I'll start. And I'm really gonna, it's really goopy, which is good. Hopefully that will reduce the amount of air, but I have to be very vigilant about it. So it's gonna be a lot of starting and stopping. In fact, I think I'm gonna find something really quick to prop this up so that the unfinished sausages aren't just hanging here. Did I just touch the fridge with my gloves? I didn't even realize. And here I was trying to be super safe. But thank you for pointing it out. Everything will get a good bleaching when I'm done with this. And I like the discussion on pasta making, by the way. You made me forget what I was going to do with valid food safety criticisms. Oh, prop it up. Right. With more things that I will clean when I'm done, obviously. Okay. Something's wrong? For some reason, the auger is not making contact with the thing that spins. That's not good. All right, very careful disassembly quick. Okay. I think it's honestly because I think there is something somewhere that I'm missing with this setup. I just don't know what it is. We're gonna try it and hope that it just works. Okay, now it's moving. Also, I'm not going to be able to pay attention to the chat for the next like 10 minutes, so sorry about that. Especially when things are not working. Fantastic. Back up there. All right. I need a piece that I didn't think I needed. I gotta go fix it. So last time I didn't need it, but there's this little plate that kind of keeps the auger in place, or at least I didn't know that it needs to actually be in there. So I will add it, unfortunately. Hello, Chris TS. Yeah, I'm having some sausage problems. Sausage difficulties. But I'm figuring them out. My biggest concern that I don't know how to fix is that I'm always going to get a lot of air in this. I think if I had a fancier setup, I would get far less air in the sausage. That happened the first time I made these. All right. Okay. A lot of suction happening on this. Not enough though. All right. I'm enjoying the side commentary going on. Keep it up because I'm going to be busy for the next couple minutes. All right. The filling has made it to the end, so I'm going to move it up and tie it off. And hope that I tied it off well enough in the right place. One tie should be pretty good. There's an air bubble, which is annoying, but I'll have to do. Okay. How's it going, chat? I can't see and I can't let go of this sausage, so I hope you can see what's going on. I'm reapplying more slop. I hear my cat crying outside in the kitchen because she wants to come in. All right. I'm gonna read all these later, but I really can't I can't see what you're saying. So this is going pretty well. I feel like it's a little understuffed. There's a lot of suction when I pull up on the plunger, which isn't good because it sucks the sausage back in. So I'm not really sure what sort of trick I'm missing on that front, but I'm just gonna keep going. I'm trying. No, that doesn't fix it. There's still a lot of suction even when I turn it off. It's very suctioned. Ooh, that's probably not good. It's fine, it's fine. Leave that up there. This would be much easier with 2 hands, to be honest. I mean, an extra pair of hands, 4 hands. Luckily, the casing is fairly resistant. I hope it won't break. If I can just finish this up. Yep, that's enough. Yikes, okay. And I'm out of space on this bit of casing. I was not expecting that. All right. Just gonna move it down the casing a little bit. That looks pretty good. I know you can't really see it yet, but I'll go on it later. Let me just clean this up. Is it worth one sausage link? Probably, because we already made or hydrated it, so there's probably one sausage left in here. Get the last of it. Okay. All right. I'm seeing you continuing to chatter over there. Hope it's going well. Spam like an emoji so I can tell whether or not it's going well. That's the only thing I can see are emojis. If no emojis appear, I'll just assume dire things have happened. And or I'm on a significant delay that I see that. Okay, good. Thank you. I think it's Twitch guy too. At this point, I'm just kind of trying to memorize the names of the colors of everyone's names more than anything else. All right. So I gotta string up this entire thing just for like 2 sausages. That's fine. I saw it though. You're gonna try and get science to make sausage now too? I don't want to start a thing, but I guess I can probably. I mean, I cannot possibly be the first person on Twitch to make sausage, right? But if I am, I will claim that title. There's got to be some butcher somewhere who like live streams the less icky parts of butchering, right? If that's not a thing, I'd be shocked. I'm seeing all the emotes. Thank you. And I will catch up with chat. Just give me a couple minutes. I'm almost there. I want to blanch these so that they're nice and sterile on the outside, at least. And there's enough salt in here to kill off most things, I would hope. Salt and phosphates. All right. Last sausages. All right, that's it. Okay. Whew, okay. Let me just let that hang there. Let me just reapply gloves and move the camera so you can kind of see what I'm going to do next. Okay, I'm going to just scoot over here. I'm off camera, but I'm going to read. All right. Where was I? Spices. Ooh, that's the pasta. You're talking to pasta for a long time. Totino's is in fact the worst pizza ever. Absolutely agree. Yeah, yes, you do have to be ambidextrous. I am not. I'll probably be better. Extreme sausage concentration. Yep, that was me. Imagine doing it with a hand crank filler. You couldn't do it alone. Like the one by Dr. Utker. Not sure what that is. Yes, it is a 2-person job. Yeah, I should have had partner assistance, but my partner is out of town. So, whoops. You're giving me so many good advice, like the pan being higher. Yeah, I do know that, but this is a little haphazard. I didn't want to, do anything. Get the sausage off, and Hazel is going to steal it all. Yep. Shouldn't we be tying it off, or will it be one big sausage? We'll get there. We'll get there. Yeah, I like doing it at the end. Then science. Probably the first scientist to make sausage on Twitch. That's Twitch history right there. Wow, I feel so honored. There are more phosphates in there than pork. Well, yes, that is true. It's a really good idea, though. One of those things you never thought you would imagine me watching get really interesting. You need to get enough scientists to make sausage to force Twitch to make that a category, then get everyone to stop. That's amazing. Ashunami, I pronounced that wrong. You are immortal. Okay, that's cool. I'm not immortal. Yes, I am a scientist. And if you want to be a scientist, you can be. Okay. Yeah, sausages today, though. All right, I gotta get more gloves. I should have brought more gloves. I'm back. Molecular biologist on the weekdays, craft sausage maker on the weekends. Oh, thank you for following the stream. The problem is I just have too many little making hobbies. The one thing I haven't done is make cheese. That's what I should do sometime. Okay, I'd set all this stuff up to make cheese. That's something I want to do. You followed every scientist. Well, good luck for that. Thank you for following me in particular. But I'm sure everyone else you follow also appreciates it. Yeah, not much science today, except for sausage. Sausage scientist. Sausagist. Okay, so clean hands. Sausage. Fantastic. Gonna move this down. All right, now it was pretty good the first time I did this. The sausage science is the worst. All right, gotta get this. My sausage is dangling. Yes. Thank you for pointing that out. All right, so we've got the end here. So what we basically do is I am going to try to move the sausage closer to the end. Just so I had so much extra casing on this one. I could have fit that last one in here. My bad. It's okay. So I'm going to move it down so I get fairly good sized sausages. Without creating a kink. So move the casing down, or the filling down the casing. Oh yeah, look at all this extra. Very, very wasteful. That's okay. Okay, I want a little bit of extra give just in case. Okay. So now, pinch off a good size sausage, right? Got this sausage, and I twist. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sausage done. Okay, now I go find my next sausage. That's a good size. It's about the same size. I'm going to pinch that off, but I'm actually going to skip it now and go to my next sausage. Get the same approximate size. Get a little bit extra space because I don't want it to burst. Also, sorry, new chatter. I'm just not close to my screen, so I can't see if you're talking. Okay, pinching the sausage. So I spun one, skipped one. Now I spin 1, 2, 3, and then I have now I have a choice. Do I make? I make 2 small sausages. I make 2 smaller sausages. That way I can say I have more. So I'm going to skip this one and just do this one. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to tie off this end right here. Tie off the end, I said, right here. There we go. Sausages. Now I'm going to get this one that's hanging. I need a knife. Or scissors, but I don't know where my kitchen scissors are. Alright, so this little extra bit, I'm just going to cut this off. Ooh, that's very tough actually. Shouldn't be surprised. Okay, now this stuff. Take this off. Might as well cut it. You can't reuse it, unfortunately. Well, probably fortunately, you shouldn't reuse sausage casing. Ooh, that's a big sausage. Alright. Gonna squeeze it all down so it's roughly the same thickness. This one's gonna be an extra long one. I don't feel like really doing much more to this. I really misjudged this. This could all fit in this sausage. This is just gonna be this is gonna be more like a brat size. That's okay. Give it a little twist. Close it off. And then I will tie it off. I tied it off extremely poorly. That's not going to be a tight sausage. All right, there we go. Now I'm going to take off my gloves. Whoops. Put this back up here. Because now it's time to blanch them. That pot back there, I'm going to set back to boil. That should boil pretty quickly because it was already boiling before. So once, I don't know where to look. So that will start boiling. I will put it in. That will blanch it, meaning it will very quickly cook the outside. And then I will leave it in that hot water for a while to come up to basically the temperature to sterilize it. So they'll effectively be cooked already. But then when I want to eat them, I will probably pop them back in hot water, cook them more, and then fry them up. Oops. I guess I can come over here and read chat. Okay. There was a joke about stroking sausage. I mean, every joke could have been made today. Pinch that sausage. Yeah, I made big sausage or little sausage. We've moved into social science. Yeah, which one of these do you think Geoffrey Miller thinks is more intelligent? Probably big sausage, right? So wait, what did I get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, a whole 6 sausages. But I think I could have, if it was better, I could have probably done. Nah, I would have gotten 5. Would have gotten 5 better sized sausages. You get the feeling whenever he comes over to read us, he walks away. Oh. No. I just have to get off camera to read you. I'm taking my mic off camera to go read. I don't have another way to watch chat, unfortunately. If you're interested, I already said this. Yeah, I have a picture of this setup, so basically where that camera is, but farther away. It's a little nuts. I went with just one screen far away because I don't have any more room. My keyboard here is being held up by Alhambra, Tiny Towns, and Cash and Guns, the board game. Um, got a trash down below me. You could barely even make out all this. Ooh, I gotta remember to save some of this. I'm gonna save some of this casing for stream tomorrow. Yeah, so stream tomorrow, normal stream. I think I don't want to cancel. I want to stay on schedule, but I've been streaming a lot lately. It might be a short stream, maybe a sweet little stream. We'll look at some stuff. Got lots of Daphnia growing upstairs, so that's kind of fun. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Alexa, display Twitch chat.
Sorry, I'm not sure.
Jeff Bezos. Wait, Twitch is owned by Jeff Bezos. Yeah, why don't they have an integration app with Alexa? Yeah, because then I could have been reading chat over there this whole time. Alexa, open Twitch.
Here is Twitch.
Oh. Oh, it's just gonna. Oh. Alexa, stop. Cancel. Stop. I guess I could have. She opened Twitch. Yeah, text to speech. Something I've wanted, but didn't really see the need for. And I was like, oh, that might be iffy. I think you can be mature enough, but I don't have serious enough moderation. Although, thank you, Brian, if you're still on. You do a great job. But like serious enough to really deal with that. Oh, poor kitty. She's trying to get in. All right. Just waiting for that to come to a boil. Half the time I'm telling Alexa not to do something rather than to do something. So since you're new, what kind of science do I specialize in? Yeah, so I'm a molecular biologist. I should face the camera. I'm a molecular biologist, so I study things like proteins and DNA and RNA and that sort of thing. I specifically work with Drosophila melanogaster, their fruit flies, and what I'm really interested in is like the genome. I work in what's called genomics. So that's things from all the way from like whole genome sequencing to trying to understand how specific proteins engage and talk with the DNA. So like on scale wise, I'm bigger than a protein trying to like figure out its kinetics with a particular substrate. I'm below, though, someone who cares about whole cells and things like that. I care about, the nucleus and the genome and all that sort of good stuff. That's the long and short of it. I do a lot of other stuff, though. I also teach. That's the thing. I'm half-time researcher, half-time professor at a nearby university. All right, that looks like it's boiling. I'm going to pop over and do that. Yep. Camera. All right. I'm going to wash my hands after this, so I am going to touch these raw. Yep. Now the thing that I'm worried about is them exploding. I think they should be good. Where's the camera? I think they should be good, but we'll see. All right, sorry. Sausages. So I can see, I can see there's a bunch of air in them. So not perfect, but it's the best I can do. All right. Okay, interesting. We really like proteins a lot around here. Yeah, I love proteins, love DNA. Here's hoping there's no air pockets. There are absolutely air pockets in there. Yeah, exploding sausages. Whoa, my mic just fell off. Wow, everything just came apart. I'm falling apart, everybody. Yeah, so there are air pockets. That was an issue last time I did this, and I knew it was going to be an issue again today. From what I could see online is when people make this like professionally, you take the slop and you slap it down a couple times as hard as you can to really like push out any of the air. That helps, but I think part of my issue was when I was sitting here, I was about to make the motion. When I was plunging this up and down, I think it was really, I almost did it again. I was pushing air into it, unfortunately. I really don't know how they do it because I would push the plunger down and that would get all the filling in very nice and quickly. But then I ran into this problem where when I tried to pull it back out, it would get stuck because of the suction. And then so originally when it wasn't working, it wasn't going through, it's because the auger was kind of falling out. When I did this last time, I did it very dumb. I had the blade and the plate on this thing. It was going super slow, couldn't get it to work. I took them both out and it came through perfectly. So I tried to start like that. But of course, then it fell out. So I don't really know if you need to get like a critical mass of meat in there to kind of buffer around the auger so it stays put or something. I'm not sure. All right. No, they're not making me happy or me angry. The setup was meant to be temporary. It's not this temporary though. Yeah, very temporary. All right, so I turned off the heat on that after it boiled for like 2 minutes, and then it will stay there and come up to temperature pretty quickly. I just need them to solidify, but they'll be pretty good as long as the outside is really nice and cooked. It should be fairly stable. I'll be able to pull them out. In fact, I'm going to do that right now onto that rack down there, and then the sausages will be done. And I'll throw them in the fridge, and I'll try one probably tomorrow. I'll be honest, after all of this, just like the first time I did it, the last thing I want is a sausage. I don't want one. I do not want one. Plus, as Rye has pointed out, rightfully, I have a lot of bleach to go through and to put places. Got a lot of cleaning to do. All right, I'm gonna go over there now. Okay. These look pretty good. Okay. I mean, those are pretty good. Sausages. Done. Yay. Gotta give the sausages a little pat because they did a good job. Good job, sausages. Yeah, so there's a little bit of extra juice in there. There's some air in there, but I think they'll be fairly solid. I will cook one tomorrow. I'll probably post it on Discord. The cross section, it should just look like a pale white sausage. Okay. Oh, I did that already when I pulled them out. I didn't even notice. Okay. Oh, how did I season them? Yeah, so it was. Where's my recipe? You may have missed it. It's on my envelope recipe. So I seasoned it during one of the grinds because I had to grind it through a couple times. It's seasoned with pepper, mace, nutmeg, onion, and salt. A lot of salt. So I don't know how to describe it, but it's a very typical for the area of Germany slash Switzerland that this type of sausage comes from, I think. The nutmeg is really interesting. Yeah, it's not like spicy because it doesn't have fennel. It doesn't have red pepper, which I feel like American tastes are much more primed to when you think of like non-hot dog based sausages. Yeah, no garlic whatsoever. I feel like the garlic would be kind of overpowering because it's a very mild flavor. I mean, 30% of the sausage is milk. It's very, very mild. Okay, I want to, hold on. Let me get my stick. I lost my stick. I'll just do it myself. There we go. This is so much easier. I should look into making boudin. Is that how you pronounce that? I've definitely, I know what you mean. I know what that is. I just have never said that. You got to have sage in your sausage. No, I was gonna get my stick to poke the chair over. Do I like spicy food? Maybe next time add hot peppers. Yes to all of that. But this particular sausage is very mild. That's all I'm saying. These are fantastic suggestions, but it would make it a different type of sausage. Boudin. Boudin. All right. Okay. I have a lot of cleaning to do, and it's already almost 6. So, yeah, I'm taking it one step at a time. So thank you for coming and sticking around. Sausages were made. It took forever, but sausages were made. Longest stream ever. Not really, but almost. Let's see. Cleaning stream? Yeah. No. Because I have to clean up all the stream stuff to get out of the way so that I can go on my tirade of like spritz everything down with as much bleach as I can safely. Science did happen with sausage. The science of cooking and labor. Yeah, I'm very sweaty right now and very dehydrated. That one water I had was not enough. I can't wait to open that door and just let, it's going to feel like a cooler, like a walk-in freezer going into just the rest of my house. All right, we should raid somebody. It's about time. Thank you. Yes, I need to hydrate. I don't have any water right here. I will hydrate. Okay, I'm trying to end stream because I gotta go. But thank you seriously for coming and thank you for the for following. It's very exciting that someone who is vegan came, watched 5 minutes, and then still followed before leaving. So maybe we'll see them again. Yeah, I'm not gonna do a cleaning stream. We are going to. Oh, did it go through? It's oh, thank you for the follow, Rye. Yeah, I appreciate it. Okay, who should we? Oh boy, it's Saturday, not Sunday. Who should we raid? Who should we raid? Raid. Who's on? Science is on. Let's go. Let's go raid science. Oh, you were trying to redeem a hydrate too. So most of the redemptions like that have a time limit. So someone else, who was that? Twitch guy got to it first, probably. Yeah. Yeah, I was really thinking it was Sunday too, because I'm in your Sunday routine. Same. Streaming is on my Sunday routine too. Plus, with the hurricane, I kind of wasn't at work the entire time yesterday, so it feels like yesterday was Saturday. I don't know. Okay, let's go raid Science. Please stick around for that, because they're great. I'm not going to have sound, so if they're asking like what we did, I'm going to need help answering that. But I seriously appreciate it. I will see everybody Oh wait, I gotta initiate this. There we go. Initiate the raid. Okay, we're gonna start the raid soon. Bye everybody. See you tomorrow. We'll do some microscope stuff. Otherwise, have a good rest of your Saturday. Bye.